Today we're going to be trying to make this adorable paper craft kit. So when I was shopping in Tokyo, I saw some of these little 3D scenes on display, and they look so freaking cute. But then I found out that you don't actually buy it in that form, they're sold as craft kits. So yeah, let's find out if I can make this look as good as the displays, or if I fail miserably. We will see. Alrighty, so on the back it does mention that English instructions are included, which is helpful, and the tools you need are a utility knife, glue, and tweezers. So yeah, let's open her up and see what we got. Alright, so it comes with a very big double-sided instruction manual, and of course all the pieces. So it looks like for step 1, the goal is to punch out the yellow frame and add some brown strawberries. And here's how the craft works. So the little pieces of paper that are used for the final design are mostly already cut out for you, but there's a few small areas where they're still attached. So you have to use the utility knife / paper cutter thing to cut those areas, and then they pop right out. In addition to the brown pieces, I also needed some blueberries and strawberries. And then it was time to start gluing the pieces together and sticking them in place. No!
No!
Crisis averted. So it turns out it can be kind of hard to get a good grip on these pieces since they're so small. I would make a joke here about, what is this, a diorama for ants? But I guess that is literally the point of a miniature. Anyhow, I actually lost track of which stem was supposed to go with which strawberry, but I figured they're so small that nobody else can probably tell anyways. This is low-key way harder than I thought it would be. It's been 10 minutes and this is all I have so far. Actually it was more 20 minutes, I just didn't want to admit it on camera. The rest of the layer was pretty straightforward though, and in total it took me 25 minutes to finish it. And honestly, I think it looks pretty cute. And with that, it is now time to move on to our second layer, which features mymelody and Kuromi. So for those of you who don't know, mymelody and Kuromi are two characters from the Sanrio universe. It's the same company as characters like Hello Kitty, Cinnamoroll, or Gudetama. And mymelody is obviously a really cute pink rabbit, and Kuromi is a devil? It's kind of funny actually. I never thought about what type of animal Kuromi was. She just is cute, you know? But I guess her base animal is the devil. Anyhow, mymelody and Kuromi are usually paired together, and mymelody is kind of sweet and good girl vibes, whereas Kuromi is still cute but bad girl vibes. So I think a lot of people actually like Kuromi more than mymelody, but I think they're best when paired together. My favorite Sanrio character is actually Cinnamoroll, but I just thought that this paper theater was so cute I couldn't pass it up. And right here you can spot my second mistake. Oh my god, I messed up. I was supposed to do the white layer before the pink layer. Thank god I got that off in time. Anyhow, let's go back to talking about the craft itself. So the three tools that you have to provide yourself are the utility knife, glue, and tweezers. And I definitely have some thoughts about what to pick and what not to pick. So first, for the utility knife, I used an X-Acto knife. And honestly, I didn't even know what a utility knife was because I've always called these things X-Acto knives. It's just like how, you say Google it or something. Anyhow, I did think the X-Acto knife worked great though, so I can recommend it. For glue, on the other hand, I cannot recommend what I got, which is Scotch Super Glue. Honestly, it was just really hard to squeeze out. You can actually see my hands shaking here. And the biggest reason why I can't recommend it is I got some hot glue on the body of Kuromi, and I don't think that part's gonna get covered up, so I guess it's just stuck there. I guess from far away you can't really see it, but it's a little bit sad. Okay, so check-in time. It's been about an hour and I've managed to finish these two sections. I also feel like I'm definitely starting to get the hang of it now, but my hands also have a layer of super glue stuck to them that, it just is what it is when you do these types of crafts. Anyhow, onto the third layer. So this is actually the most complex part of the craft. The thickest part of the pancakes at the end had 9 layers of paper. But hey, I guess that's how you get the super 3D effect at the end. At first I was confused why the instructions started with the front layer of the diorama, since any mistakes you make there are way more visible. But I guess it makes sense that they wanted you to start with the easier sections and then build up to the harder sections. And I will say, I feel like at this point I had definitely gotten the hang of the craft. I had some music on in the background, and I feel like this craft is the right level of concentration where you're focused, but it's also not too challenging. I still wouldn't call it relaxing per se, but it was fun. Unfortunately though, oh my god, I lost one of the pieces. I searched the entire scrap pile and I know I punched it out at some point, but I have no idea where it went, so sad. Well, when something like that happens, there's nothing much you can do other than just move on. I guess maybe the lesson learned is that I should only punch out the pieces right before I need them. Or, I could just not be careless and not lose things, but that's too hard. Oh my god, I found it! Thank God! Oh, I was gonna be so sad because this piece would have looked so funny without it. And after looking into the footage, I did find out that the piece somehow got stuck in the instruction manual because when I opened it, it fell out. Alright, let's go put it in before I lose it again. Okay, and with that, we have layer 3 done. Honestly, I had quite the scare when I thought I lost the piece, but I'm glad it showed up eventually. And, you know, at first I thought I had extra pieces, but it turns out layer 4 just has a few tiny little steps on them. So let's go put in the last few pieces. Alright, and with that we have all 5 layers assembled, and it's time to put them together. And yes, layer 5 didn't have any steps to it. In fact, it like popped out of the frame before I could even take a video of it. Also, I found out there's actually a 6th layer that I completely forgot about earlier. So, let me just take that one out real fast. There we go! Okay, and so for the last part of the assembly, we have to punch out all the joint pieces and then put everything together. And at first I got super confused because this piece only had 5 notches, but there were 6 layers to put in. And then I realized that there's actually 2 sizes of connector pieces. There are some small ones and then some large ones. And the small ones actually go on like the bottom and the very top, so they're kind of hidden and they have 1 fewer notch. But the large ones do have all 6 notches and they're used for like the corner pieces. And ta-da! We now have one super cute paper theater completed. I actually love how it turned out. Like, even though it's not perfect like the ones you see on display, it's still pretty darn cute, and the fact that I made it just makes it a little bit more special, you know? So if you want to give it a try, I actually put a link to the kit and some others down below. And yeah, even though my fingertips are now all covered in super glue, I still had a good time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!